Greeting of the day to all of you fantastic crayon connoisseurs. I'm the Salty Captain, and this is the War Room. Welcome back. So if you're anything like me, as we get toward the release of the new cards coming out here this weekend, you're scraping the bottom of the barrel for something spicy, sexy, different that you want to play. Hate to disappoint you, this is not necessarily that deck. I wanted to go back toward the end of this season and moving into the new patch of cards by playing an archetype that I absolutely love, Skellige Selfwound. So, had some great games with it, had a lot of fun that you guys will see. So as always, feel free to jump ahead about 2.5 minutes if you'd like to skip the deck guide. Nothing new or different here than you haven't seen before if you're familiar with the archetype, so no harm done. But otherwise, let's get into the deck build. So as we see here, we top line as we always do with Fukusha, Oniero Maxii instead of Royal Decree for that little bit of added consistency, which is always great. Of course, Melusine, Covenant of Steel, Sigvald Right, as we would expect. I like running Cerys. I understand that she very easily gets controlled, but especially if you can time her coming out, the extra thinning, the added value of being able to maybe use a leader charge or two, or to play a self-damaging card in the same turn that she comes out, and then being able to apply her heal and damage value on your board can really be a massive point swing in round one, or you can even hold her in your hand for round one and drive that carryover into round two. Cnut, as we expect, especially with the Cnut-Sigvald interaction that we all know and love. Vildkarl, who's been here from the very beginning in self-wound decks, and some additional added consistency with both Knickers and Maxii. Bride of the Sea gives us a lot of different flexibility. At worst, on a Marjoram, Bride of the Sea is a 10 for 8, which feels pretty good. But if you can get at least one turn of raining, you can bring back a Freya's Blessing or a Restore, which can be very, very cheeky. And then, of course, at the top end, if you can get enough rain going with Melusine, you bring back Sigvald Right to bring back whatever it is the hell that you want to play. It really works out great. I think in a dozen or so games that I played on stream, I think once I missed the golds I was looking for, so the consistency is definitely there between Maxii and the bit of thinning that you do. The Restore is a nice thing to have in hand, especially round one, because it allows you, if Melusine sticks and you go into that longer part of the round, to really slam some points and either come over the top or to have the reach that you need to be able to win on even or win from a card down on red coin. Tursock Veterans are great for so many things. You can time them the right way and you get that extra added point value. They interact so well with Cnut since it's essentially free 4 points a turn of damage. It's just a great card all around, and the rest of the bottom is exactly what you expect. So let's go ahead. If you're ready, I'm ready. Let's jump on into the games and let's see how we do. I don't know why my chat box is in a crazy place. Let's put me where I belong. This should be about the right place too. I also need to put my webcam panel in a place that isn't fucking crazy either. I'm going first. I have a great hand. If this is mill, I want to hold Cerys. I don't need two of these. I also want to hold Fukusha. I need playable cards, so I probably have to keep this. Sure. Yeah, I think that's the hand. I don't know if this is hyper thin or mill, but let's figure out if they've got Invo. Title says punk rock, don't hear any Sex Pistols. You're a sex pistol. Don't think I don't know who you really are. Why do I always say Miller Hyperthin and forget that Clog is the current, like, bottom of the MMR degeneracy? Which is actually fine, because I've got Oniero. So I'm gonna do some thinning. If I play Melusine to the right, then the armor triggers first. And then I can also do the discard and chew and let Hermit chew on the discard as well. But I really want them to chew on Melusine. If they play Muzzle, that's no good. So I think we play around muzzle. And I wanted to discard this. Yeah, I think we play around muzzle. I think muzzle is the thing to play around. Fuck yeah. Yeah, Operation Dog Recovery is in effect, and we'd love to see it. That's awesome stuff, man. Go to the left so that I can play the druid and the priest. Yeah, so I want to do that, except that I'm pretty sure then I don't think I have another unit that I could play to stick in between them to stop this from going to 6. Yeah, that's how I usually do it, is what you're describing. But in this instance, I wanted to avoid this turning into this going to 7 yet. If I was gonna go get something to play, it would either be a boat or a veteran. But then that also means that then I don't get these out of my deck. So I think I go here first to get her ticking again. Gonna be good. Yeah, I played a couple of games off stream the other day, and I saw muzzle in both. I don't really know if that's the case, but YOLO. I didn't see this in that, though. So, to make use of what I just fucking described, let's keep dumping some rain on that front row. And I can kill both of those if they play another card. That's kind of neat. Yeah, we love the dogs. Jesus, that's nice. We love the doglets. We love to see it, especially beautiful, beautiful doglets like our boy Knickers! I need to have a scene that I can just jump to that doesn't have a cut in it, that just, like, flashes Knickers in the middle of the screen. Let's do that. So this is going to go to 7. If I don't play something to the right of this, then it'll stop killing things. So something is going to have to go here. I guess it's going to be a veteran for now. Playing Sigvald here feels like a waste. Maybe I play Vildkarl just to get the 12-pointer in the dumpster. And if this generates a pass, then so be it. Yep, that's fine. That's fine. Sorry, Vildkarl. We would have loved to turn you into 12, but we're just here chilling now. Doglet. Hello, Doglet. Where's my fucking diddly-doo? Where's my didgeridoo? That's the one. That's not the one. That's the one I wanted. Yeah. That's not Chrome. You suck. I wanted to blast flash picture of Doglet. Her name's Mako. Hell yeah. Shuffle these randomly and I get both of them, huh? Okay. Well, fuck you! So this is for Newt. This is probably for Big Nutter. It's probably for Big Nuts. So it's Defender now to test the removal. Okay. I can live with that. I think I want to play in deep into this round, so if that's the what? 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 But I've never wanted so much for Trial of the Grasses in my life. Well, yeah, I guess, but don't you play leader here just to get the value? Okay. I guess we're doing. That's the wrong place for that. That's for sure. That's okay. It's our first game. We're just getting the hands loose. It's like shooting pool. This is the international sign for shooting pool. We're just getting our hands loose. Two, 4, 6. I'm still ahead here, which is LOL, unless they found 2, 1, 2. That's a bold strategy, Cotton, to draw into both of these, huh? Okay. That's pretty good. That's not bad. That is good. What's the order of operations here? I don't have a marjoram, and I've got to go get Cnut. So Sigvald isn't actually that valuable to me because I don't have a marjoram for it. When do I get... Oh, I'm a ways away from our girl. I'm gonna wait until our girl's on the board for me to nut up, because yeah, I think that makes sense. Does it make sense? No, it doesn't make sense. I go get Cnut now and I just start doing this stuff, right? Because I'll get more value. I don't know what I would remove. I don't know what I would have value removing here, except just the fact that I'd remove it, just to do the damage, though, right? Yeah, I should probably get the boat ticking. There's no reason not to. There's nothing specifically to remove yet, and doing damage to this, I don't have top end removals. That's fine. I was gonna play the Tursok Veteran in between Melusine and Svalblood so that it procs twice as fast. Which I probably need to get down now, actually, come to think of it. Boop, boop. Nice. Hey, pretty lady. I probably should have seen where you were at and used a leader charge so that I could have effectively used you at least once before it gets removed now. LOL. Lol, 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 raise the fucking roof! That's what us young folks do. That's good for me. So that's at 8. So I can now I place. I guess I don't have to Cnut, right? If I wasn't gonna Cnut, what would it be? So I place Sigvald. I place Sigvald now so that I can start dumping heal damage. Yeah, and then I use this on Restore to try and come over the top, and then I still have my Oniero to get around the clog later. So you see. So Sigvald, then Restore Melusine. That feels like the way. He's just gonna get damage dumped into him, so that's fine. So I actually want to do that then, because then the restore gets better the lower this is. I think. Oh, so it's rinse. So I'm not worried about rinse. I'm not worried about rinse or fuckboy, right? Because it's if they play it next. So the way to do this then is this, so that ticks off. The restore on this is points. Sure. I ran out of time. I was gonna dump my leader, all but 2 leader charges into Melusine. Yeah, that's fine though. I played all of that like garbage, but that's fine. I drew a really good round 1 hand. And they didn't draw control. Good game, Ghana boy. Well done. Let's remember how to play this deck. Discard target is Marjoram, so that I can play it off Bride of the Sea. I want to make sure to play the Druid, the Occultist to the left, Defender to the right. Sure. Okay. Good. Hey, thanks, B-Fox. I appreciate you stopping by, man. I would love to come see your streams, but I need to get back into the 4 a.m. wake up so that I can do the things. So I will definitely do that. But thanks as always for popping in and saying, hey, my brother, be well. Take care of yourself. Sure. People love to see it. I said I was a math doer. And look at us on peak MMR. Doing math. Slapping ass. No, is that a thing? If someone consents, that is appropriate. Let's do it again. Okay, alright, Corsia. There's no need to show off. Okay? There's no need to show off that you are a 97% more math doer than me. That is the difference between 85 and 62, right? It is. I lost a point. What did I do wrong, Corsi? I wasn't really sure what the order of operations there should be. So maybe I think I probably got that over in some way. So if you could tell me how, that would be fantastic. Melusine and Defender in round 1 is great. Their movement is less great. You're playing the wrong deck. What's up, Sound of Snow? Good to see you, man. This hand needs to be a little more playable. Okay. I don't think... So let's see. The problem here is that they probably have Heat Wave, right? Either Heat Wave or fucking Muzzle Lead. Face muzzle fucking Schnatchel Patch. So... And their ability to move stuff makes my Defender marginally moot. So I wonder if we slow play to see if we can get some movement stuff out. If this is the Traps variant, that presents a different problem, but we don't play a ton of specials, so I can probably avoid most of that. I didn't code the answer, so I would get 100%. You could have. I wouldn't have noticed. Let's be humble and start here then. How about that? And then we'll hold our discard to see when we can see when it is that we want to do the discarding stuff, when we want to throw stuff in the dumpster. Interesting. So you play this to tutor Saskia. Okay, boosted by 1. Sure. This is nice that it didn't pull out a movement engine first. That's pleasing. Let's do that first, and let's see if they... Knickers! My boy joins the fray. I love all of the Spectre voice lines, by the way. Kedwenny Revenant, both Sabrina cards, Draug. I love those voice lines. I think that shit is too funny. It's just that that super deep voice thing that just gets me every time. Yeah, I figured that they either play Making a Bomb and or they play it with Madoc. I've seen 3 different variants of this deck running around. Traps, all-in movement, and Madoc control. I think the Madoc one, to me, is a bit problematic because if you play Saskia with the movement package, then it means you can't, when Madoc's on the board, a Witcher won't come out. So I always thought that was weird. Oh, you mean me? No, not compared to fucking... Oh yeah, you're right. There is also a Waylay version. I just love the Draug one. We enter the fray. Like he's so excited to be there, right? Like, I mean, I guess I would be too if I was a Spectre. I'd probably, come to think of it, be pretty happy to just toss my shit in. I want to play this next, but then what's my discard target? These are the questions of our time. I'm actually going to discard Freya's Blessing. In the rare event I can get Rain on the board, so that way at least Bride of the Sea is enabled. That means I can play this now to get maximum value. I really want to see something other than these cards. I want to get some sense before I play Melusine, because playing Defender doesn't matter with this leader until these charges are gone, right? Because then they just move Defender, and then they can be like Heatwave or seize Melusine. So I want to know what it is first. Yeah, I did see a little bit of the Renew version, right? The Renew Severing is for fucking Vanadane these nuts, right? I have a pass right now. Do I have a pass? I do, because this is worth 6. They get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I do have a pass right now. This is going to get stupider and stupider as they play in here. I'm going to do this, and the reason why is because one of two things is about to happen. I'm going to see an actual card from them and figure out what the fuck they're playing. Or I'm not. No, come on. For fuck's sake. That's expensive with the leader charges more than anything. But we also thin Cerys, which is nice. I really want to go back. I don't know what the next patch is going to hold, but I actually really enjoyed playing. Hey, alright, so there, finally I get to see a fucking card. So they have Milva, and I got a leader charge out. So that's not great that she died that way, but YOLO Fire Swag, bro. Now let's see some directed damage. What kind of specified damage you got? Sure. No Madoc. Jesus, fuck me, no? So I get 2 point, I get 1 point. 46, they get 1, 2, 3, wait, hold on. They get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Plus whatever pops out of here. Which could only be probably a human for 4. So they're up right now. So that's fine. Maxii keeps me ahead for right now. I miss Harmony. I agree. I really liked Harmony. I just wonder at what point when do I play fucking Melusine? Whatever that was, I wasn't going to see 2 of the 3 cards I need to get out of this, so... Do you have a human? Are you running a human? Because that's it, right? Elf, Witcher, Dryad, Dwarf. It's just human left, right? Am I missing something? It would be clever of them to keep Matic in hand, so that way the Cat Witcher comes out of the deck with Saskia. That's pretty clever. But that also creates an infinite, like, that's so many bricks then. Non-devotion, sure. Ah, Severing was right. Here's Vanadane in all of his vain glory. So now maybe they put Matic to the bottom of the deck? So do they play Feign Death? So I get 2 points. They get more than 4. Yeah, because Renew is expensive, no? So if it's Renew, but we did see Royal Decree instead of Oniero. Interesting. 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 And Saskia can pull Bad Elves, so it's just a Simless card. Wow. Alright. Let's defend her here. Because that represents 6 points. Sure. Yikes. They've got to play the other one. I mean, there's a world where I just accept that I'm losing on even here, right? I'm 1 point away from being able to damage this enough to get it ticking again. I wonder if I just slam Melusine here. Whoops. Well. That was a misclick, in case anyone is wondering. Jesus Christ. Whoopsies. Oh boy. When you destroy a 6-point card on your board for 1 point of benefit. Yeah, I really, that was not the way. Okay. I mean, I accepted, I didn't mean to click it. I meant to right-click on the card because I wanted to see, I was like, oh, it's 12, so I wanted to see, I was trying to think of how long I should wait until maybe I could kill a crow for value, and I accidentally, when I was trying to click out of it to the right, I clicked on the, I clicked on the veteran. Poor veteran. Rest in peace, brother. Now I just get donkey kicked into hell, right? Okay. Those are actually really good top decks, all things considered. If they want a 2-0 here, luckily it's 5 cards, so that's nice. Okay, so it is Feign Death. Interesting. Hey, I'm telling you, nobody ever said I could read. No one ever said I was literate. In fact, my shirt says, keep calm and chive on, not be a reader of things. I need to make an exclamation point reader instead of just math doer. Hey, look at that. But I'm also only a 12% math doer. That tracks. I play Lock on this now, and then next I play Sigvald so that they're, if they wanted to Simless, well, they have to fuck their name first, right? So there's no reason to lock this. They gotta play Alyssa if they want to get any value, right? If they have Heat Wave, I lose anyway. So I just do that, and if it's Heat Wave, then it's a loss, so it doesn't matter. Okay, I can live with that. Ayo for yayo! Didn't Shaggy used to do shirtless streams? What a fucking champ that guy was. Sure. Mata, that's right, it was Mata, and he did Mata cosplay. That's exactly right. They could Simless and kill Melusine right now, but that's fine, because then the rest of the damage, they can't do any of the rest of the damage to Sigma Gigs.
Yeah, I worked with
really? You couldn't hit the proper target? I don't click Melusine, right? Because I want to make it harder for them to do stupid stuff with waylays, because they're going to have access to... I mean, they're going to have... If they play Simless to trigger the last episode here, they're going to have 5 waylays, so they can kill them anyway, right? Oh, no. So I might as well, if that's the case, I might as well click Melusine then, so that I can, to get value out of her later. It also puts her at 8, which means that they lose a point on a waylay there. Hey, see ya, Corsia. Have a great day, man. Be well. I click Melusine here and then play Restore. That's one line, and then I try. I mean, because the only win con for me is to save Fukusha, right? Like their whole point is that they're gonna play. Because then if they play Simless and stuff, I'm dead anyway. So fuck that. What is it? It's /ban, and then it's the thing, right? Is that a thing? Does that work? Yep, sweet. I was able to ban them. That's successful. So I do that. I do this. I restore. I could also click Sigvald on this, but that's fine. Do I even lose to Heatwave here without full leader? Because this is 8. 6 is 14, and then I actually wouldn't lose if they Heatwave this right now. I would lose the next round when I have nothing left. LOL. I am my own mod, powerful and strong in the way that I define the world. Okay. Sure. Okay. I mean, they're gonna absolutely kick me in the crotch, right? But the thing is that they've got to play, in order to get these waylays back in their deck, they've got what? They've got at least 3 now. But in order to get these ones back in the deck, they're going to have to play Alyssa first. So one of those 4 cards has to be Alyssa, and they played Decree, not Oniero. So that's not a given. Bride is more points. Bride is more points. Okay, you really want me to have a fucking Hermit, huh? I think I play him first naked, right? Fine, I'll say Simless. Yeah, I mean, they'll be able to come over the top with Simless, and that'll be the end of me. Hashtag small brain. But let's see what happens. I thinned better than they did, so okay, that's fine. So now I have to go get Melusine. If I take Sigvald, and then if they have to, they'll be forced to, they can't discard the Waylays if they draw them off Simless. They have to play it into Sigvald. Then they're neutral points for all of that, right? And they've got access to at least 4, so that's 12. Am I trying to be too big-brained here? I'm trying to be too smart, right? The right thing to do is to take Melusine, right? Yeah, it's got to be. Because Melusine can also put Rain on the board, which means conceivably... Oh, look at that! My God! It turns out running Royal Decree and not thinning enough can create problems for your hand. Boo4, I've been on that side of the fence too, my friend. No shame in it, no harm in it. I mean, I'm barely at 2450, I think, right? Yeah, I'm just at 2450, so I'm still going to see some shiclownery to include my own play, as it turns out. I tried some weird stuff with Nilfgaard and essentially dumpstered my Nilfgaard MMR. So I guess I could before the patch. I could play like 10 games of off stream of probably of like meta Scoia'tael if I really wanted to, and probably get that up too. Do you not play Oniero on principle, Sound, or is it more because you just prefer something else, like for the provisions? Because I definitely believe that for a lot of decks, I do agree with the line of argumentation that that it's just like, you are a sound of snow. I was thinking of it like, am I doing it wrong? Like how people say Visigoda, but it's actually whatever his name is. It's like whatever, something of Visigoda. Goodbye, Knickers. I love you. I hope to see you again. It's probably the Freya's Blessing that goes. Did they ever kill something enough that it would be better to have the... I'd like the Marjoram to get it into the graveyard. Okay. It's going to be hard to win on red coin with this, but we'll see. Hey, it's better than calling you the Sound of Silence, because that just doesn't make any fucking sense. They play TA instead of coins, so there's that. I also need to be careful about row stacking here. I probably want to try and... there's not going to be much of a way for me to avoid that, is there? So I just need to figure out what that looks like, huh? Opinions are like arses? Most of them, what? I gotta go back and listen to that. I don't know why I never cut that voice line. And the sound of snow does make sense. Are you thinking of it as in like the sound of the snow underneath your boot? Or, I say boot like we're all fucking, like we're all cool guys. I'm like jamming out Zard. I'm throwing my fucking camera around. Let's get the train going. Let's get the train going. Keeps us in the fight. This card is so stupid. I don't understand it. You're never going to control And you're never going to control this at 8. Like, you're never going to control this. And so, essentially, they're always going to be able to get... Like, it's always going to be a 10 for 4, or an 11 for 4. 12 for 4? Like, what are you going to fucking do? This is enough, right? So is this. All of this is enough? They're going to get... Well, no, hold on. Hold on. If they have boat... If they have boat, then I need to be at 27. Right? So hold on, this goes to 5, 4, 3. So this is enough. This is also 6. It's 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. So marjoram is good as well. Knickers! There was no way to avoid that, sadly. Was there? I would have had to play defender to stop the damage. That's not great. Everyone's got one, but most are just sat on. Yeah, is that what... I was thinking of that like sitting on somebody's face. That's funny. I'm a degenerate. It's not a literal thing, actually. I am not in any way being pedantic. Could you explain to me the sound of snow as a metaphor? Because we already admitted that I'm not an English doer, so Lord knows that I have no fucking idea. They don't play lock. It's a really good hand. Maybe I dump Tursock Veteran, because I want to free up more space in my hand because I want to draw more cards. Even though this is good for Nutfucker. And right now my Sigdrifa's right target is Cerys, which is not terrible, but is fairly easy for them to control. Well, they have 3 damage, and they have 2 damage, and they have Horson. So all of that would be inefficient for them, right? The downside is that they can... I probably just push here, right? I just push here, right? It seems you're one of the few non-Russian streamers. Why is this game so popular in Russia? A lot of it has to do with costing, I think. Oh, that's not how that works, my friend. Like, cost of living until they decided to invade Ukraine is lower. And as a consequence, it's easier to, like, stream and to be able to take the money from streaming and be able to, like, make, you know, as a supplemental income, the same way that in the US we have a lot of people that do Uber driving and delivery service and stuff like that. It's roughly equitable, but requires a lot less. If you have a stable internet connection and a computer, which is the same thing you need for pornography, yeah, you end up in the same space. Tavern Brawl, anybody? Yeah, how about fuck you? Come and get it. This would be nice to get the Purify out, because right... Excellent. Perf. So they can't resolve the poison and deal with Melusine in the same turn, but they probably would see the value in going down a card well, then what do they do to Melusine? Melusine still ends up in the graveyard, right? So they can't... And I didn't see Boat pop out, so they either had it in hand or they don't have it. So right now I'm going to Sigdrifa back Covenant. And I could conceivably Sigdrifa back something else, as long as Melusine can create rain. I'm not scared of even a long round. Horson can control Covenant in the same turn, which is scary and undesirable. Yep, I'm fine with that, though. Okay. My name comes from the translation from the Japanese Yukine? A character from one of my favorite animes. And then I go by Snow instead of Sound, because without Snow, you can't have the... Okay. Okay, I see you there. Yes, higher... so, Gwent is probably the most accessible and free-to-play card game I think that's out there. They start you off with a couple of pretty high-tier decks that are functional for free. You download the game for free. You can collect rewards for free. It's incredibly accessible. So the only thing I don't have is nothing I really don't want or need. Alright, so it's going to be my deck against yours. Let's see. Weird Champ. Love it. So I start with Defender to see if they have Horson. They also went Bank for this, which either means they were looking for... I mean, they couldn't have been looking for Jacques, right? If that's the case, that means their hand is incredible if the number one thing they were looking for with only 4 coins was Jacques. So let's Defender first. Let's challenge him to have the answer. Yep. That's fine. So now, now this is probably for this, which is also fine. Let's see if you've got a poison. Ball of Svalbard! The only thing I have to be careful of is if Sigvald gets to 3, then this is Destroy, right? Yeah, it's Destroy. This is now my Fukusha target. I probably should have played this before, maybe, this, but I mean, but then that happens to that, and it's fine. Alright, so that's all the poison's gone. And now I can also, then technically, I could conceivably bring back Cerys or something by playing the Sigdrifa backdoor off of, Bride of the Sea. Okay. And this gives me the rain. And I've now enabled Bride of the Sea in 1 turn, which is nice. Right. So this is to 7, so I need 1 more turn of rain to be able to do the 8. Let's see if this lives a turn. They've got enough coins for Mariels. So if they don't control this now, then I can bring it back if they kill it with Mariels. I don't even know you. Severing is good people and a great gifter, Snow. Fear not. He was one of the first people that dumped into my stream and was like, "The fuck is all this?" Okay, that doesn't feel great. I wasn't thinking of Philippa, but that is certainly a card. That makes my restore pretty shit, and that means I have to crutch on Cnut. And if they have Mariels, I'm in trouble, right? No reason to row stack, hashtag Tinboy. This rounds up the damage, so this is actually 8 damage. That's overkill here, but they've also spent a lot of coins. Wholesome, the Jacques. I don't know, man. He probably might. The guy's got a lot going on in his life. This may actually be the best restore that I get, but I can't be worried about that now. I've got to play as best I can here for the things. probably got to be like this. There has to be control for either this or this. There's probably Mariels. Goodbye, Melusine. Not sure why you would do that. Yep. That sucks. So it's this. So at least kill that. Okay. This doesn't look good, friends. Why losing? Losing this game, yes. Opponent did 0 thinning and played incredibly well. And now also gets to kill this, right? Yeah, that sucks. Jesus. I didn't realize that this level of control was going to exist, if I'm honest. So I'm going to dump all 3 points into this. So that's 5, so it'll be worth 1 point to Bride of the Sea. But I'll have, nah, I gotta restore it. I can't, I'm never gonna click this until you give me value on clicking it. Okay. The order that this, I'm actually fine with everything that they were able to play with thinning exactly 1 card, which is fine, like the cards be what they are. But the order of operations for this was incredibly convenient. Like the fact that they had the coins for Philippa, the Melusine, when they did. I was 1 turn away from being able to enable Bride of the Sea for 2 turns on Sigdrifa's right, which would have let me bring back any number of toys to make their life #less happy. So what's the last card? They don't have enough coins for fucking what's his name, right? I mean, my Bride of the Sea is 10 points. Oh, that's right. It's 1 less because of the... I don't know why I acted like off the books in the thing. So it's 1 card. It's essentially one of my 3 other engines living long enough. But for them to draw both poisons... So they were able to resolve the poisons... They were able to have Philippa at the right number of coins at the right time, and then they drew all of the other stuff. I could live with that. It might have been some value to bleed there. Maybe I didn't get enough value out of them, and this deck is built to bleed a bit. But I haven't played that matchup, I don't think, before. So.
She was breaking down like the car we had that wouldn't start. We had to walk to get around. And that same year on Christmas Eve, Dad went to the store.
Alright, friends. We are back, And let me fix this. It's in the starting stream, that's right. Apologies, I've been meaning to fix this for a while. Nice. We go into that one. And we dump it in that one. Sure. And we'll make sure this one. And we'll put this in here. Yep, that's a fine size. And it's probably going to be the same size as the other one. So we're going to copy this one. And we're going to dump it in here as well. And we're going to put it at the bottom. And there we go. Sweet. And we'll shrink you just a touch. Nice. Okay. I've been wanting to do that for a while. Hey, Red and Weisenberg, if you guys are interested, I'm happy to take 30 seconds and show you guys a couple of the knives. I've got one that is a project that I'm just waiting on some buffing compound, some specialty buffing compound to finish, and another one that's up and ready to go. So if you guys are interested in that, I'll take a second and share that with you. But otherwise, we'll jump back into some games. I also think, just as a side note, that this deck really wants for... Yeah, do your thing, man. I'll jump into a game as well, and then we'll pause X on the other side. Yeah, I just really... I feel like this deck, the all-in version of this deck, really wants for Heat Wave. Like, a lot of times Sigdrifa plays as... Or Bride of the Sea plays as a 10 for 10. It has more synergy value if you can play it onto Sigvald McNutfucker, but if you don't get that combination set up, it just feels like it wants for Heatwave. Like, in this matchup, I'd be a lot... In the mirror, it's better, because you can Heatwave their Melusine. Against Scoia'tael, you can nuke Feign Death, which hurts him, so... yellow it is, my friend! Someone would like to see a different color on the Moonball. Let me take my mulligans, and I will get that for you. It's a really nice starting hand, if I'm honest. Probably want to cycle the deck. Okay, I can live with that. Q time seed, yeah, especially the lower tiers of pro rank, your Q times will be a hell of a lot faster. All right, that is straight ambient yellow, like the what's that? The Orb of Palantir from Lord of the Rings. Is that good for you, Johnny? Is that the color we're looking for? Let's start with a humble boat. Yep. And if you want to go ahead and damage that boat, you feel free to go ahead and do your thing, my friend. Okay. Rebuke. Oh, a double McFucknutter. Okay. May your sword and arm be one. What other engines am I looking at here? The Commando that comes off of Feign Death. Vanadane. So if I don't have everything set up, then I'm going to want to lock Vanadane to deprive it of 3 points a turn, right? This is probably more of a pain in the ass, though. This is probably a lot more of a pain in the ass, come to think of it. Yeah, let's do that. If they're willing to play both of those now, let's do that. Hell yeah, Johnny. I'm glad that you redeemed that reward, by the way. I love this. This is probably the best under $20 purchase of my life. I've wanted this forever. It is a, like, it's a 1 to, like, 450 scale replica of the moon, and I just think it's so fucking cool. I think it's the coolest thing ever. Alright. Let's get this cooking. Knickers! Welcome to the fray, my friend. Love my hydration. Hydrate or die. I'm just out here saying, you gotta hydrate or you gonna die. Hey. Hey, stop playing 4 provisions and touching my shit. I just slap a Marjoram onto Armored Drakkar. And now they use a Doblathana Archer on it? Sure. Into the sea! So Cerys is still a little bit of a ways out. I probably Freya's Blessing this, no? Because then if I really had to, then I can always Vildkarl, right? Vildkarl will always get me over the top. Hell, Vildkarl right now, but I don't want to spend the leader charges on it. I think that's correct, right? And the reason why I want to Freya's Blessing is because Freya's Blessing isn't that great later, so I might as well also thin my deck out of it. Sure. I'm not letting you out of this round. Yeah, I'm not letting you out of this round that way, my friend. Lo siento. This plays for 5. Cerys is at 7, so this didn't take any damage. I probably want Cerys to be a little bit closer. So this would be 6, 5, 4. It's probably good, right? Hold on a second. This would be worth 5, 6, 7. Yeah, this will go back. That's fine. That's enough. Perfect. Okay. So now we push here, right? Well, yeah, we probably push here depending on what we draw, right? Defender is really good. They may run a lock, but I'm not too worried about that. That's fine. Cerys probably comes out. If they play Feign Death in round 3, and if I don't really remove much from their side of the board, and if I don't let them get their waylays set up, don't they overswarm? Like, Feign Death is itself is 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 is by itself 4 units. The waylays is 3 is 7. Huh. Huh. Don't they just overswarm in a long round? Scotty definitely has no clue. Scotty is a drunk putz. Like, we love that for Scotty. Don't get me wrong. Weisenberg, you think about so much stuff like the first Hangover movie, Wedding Crashers, Euro Trip, stuff like that, that, like, I don't even think that gets made, any of that gets made today, right? Which is kind of hilarious. Yep, I can take exactly 1 mulligan, because I can't brick, Cerys, and I've got Oniero for Fukusha, and I'm golden. Let's fucking roll, baby. They probably Heat Wave Defender. Yeah, I probably should have saved my lock for that, but that's fine, because this is, again, this is just going to overswarm. It's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, plus 4 from Feign Death. They're already at 13 cards if they play their full leader in 2 cards. And I might remove this, but otherwise I'm not going to remove anything if I can avoid it. Fuck no. I expect Heat Wave on this, or the Purify Elf. Yep. It's convenient for you to have the Purify Elf, considering you didn't thin it all. Maybe I just play Cnut, and I damage Covenant of Steel enough to kill it. It's not like I'm trying to res anything else. What decks do I hate to play against? Scotty doesn't know. Scotty doesn't know. You're right, it's such an absurd movie. They would need to go leader, full leader here to kill this. No, just keep swarming, my friend. I probably get Sigvald on the board. And I probably play Sigvald here. Nice. Welcome back to the fray, my girl. This is actually perfect. I should have played all back row, come to think of it, because I knew that that's the only thing that was row locked. Hey, Obzio! Thanks for stopping by, my friend. Good to see you, man. Let me answer your question, Johnny. My apologies. So I don't mind traps. I don't really mind mill. If you know how to play against mill, you win 80% of the time. So you don't care about mill, right? I mean, so yeah, I think there's a lot of stuff that I'm comfortable. You're always comfortable. You know, maybe being able to play against. So I think. I don't do anything now because I don't want to remove anything from their side of the board. I mean, essentially this row is full. I can just count this. This is 2 off from being full. If they play Feign Death. Yep, let's see the Feign Death. Yep. I wonder if my strategy is correct to let them swarm stuff or not. This is going to go back row, so the next thing goes back rolls, so that's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. If they play no more waylays. If I play this front row with Cnut, they try and snipe it maybe with Vernacial. I mean, it's got to be Melusine now, though, right? Because I'd like to get restore value. And I hold. They'd need to Alyssa first to get 9 damage. And then I can play Vildkarl to the right of this to re-enable it, which is good.
Only one with no sense would trust the Daisy of the Valley!
Yep. Okay, my strategy was correct then. They're going to overswarm. So this is 5 damage. This comes down as a 5. So what I want to do here is I want to put this here. I want to damage this by half and do this, which transforms it. I then want to heal this, put the damage here, and I want to click here to get this going. Okay. So now they have to damage this. Okay. Okay, I'm okay with that. Sure. I wish I had a Mahakamail in the dump. We don't owe anyone a fucking explanation. Too much rain damage is gonna destroy stuff, and I don't want to do that. So I play Bride of the Sea now. To bring in a 5-point body instead of just a Marjoram. Okay. Yep, that's fine. I bet you do. This stuff is at 2s. So I do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I Fukusha to bring back a Tursak veteran. Is probably correct. Probably should have put that here, but I plan on damaging it with Cnut. Alright, let's see what they hit. Ah, good luck killing Cnut. That sucks, that hurts. They don't have any other way now to kill this though, because Defender is still alive. Did they hit a 1 and 9 on the rain? Let's find out. This goes to 5, 4, 3. So I put my leader charge in this. And then I'll kill this to restore on Defender last play. And then Melusine right now is worth 22. Okay. Okay, I deprive them of 9, 10, 11, 12. 12, 2, 4, 6. I deprive them of 18 points there, so that's pretty good. This will actually flip next turn anyway, so I go ahead and put the damage into Melusine to make the restore better. I destroy this. Let's go. That feels good. That feels like what we love about Gwent. You feel a little bit clever. Sir Kratos, good game, man. But yeah, I don't know if that was the right line, and I just got lucky because obviously it's singular anecdotes are not statistical evidence. But a round 3 where they hadn't played Feigned Death or Vanadine yet, they're gonna overswarm the board. It's just gonna happen. Yeah, at first, you know, when it first came out, a lot of us, when we saw the interaction and the fact that Restore went down to 5 provisions red, we said to ourselves, thanks, Johnny, and Obzio, by the way, I appreciate the love, guys. Yeah, when we first saw the provision change, a lot of us were like, you know, oh, cheese, you know, it's you know, if you get Restore value, it's nice, whatever, but if you can hide Melusine behind a Defender, and you can get Melusine all the way down, right? Or even a lot of times I'll even play Restore on the bear that on the champion of Svalbard that comes off of Sigvald, because you Cnut Sigvald, so you get 6 points of damage, and then you can get 3 points of damage, or you can sink Cerys value into it, and then you just restore it for 20 points. It's pretty sick. Hey, Weisenberg, if you're still around, and or Red, if you guys wanted to, I'll take a quick pause and I'll show you guys some of the knives that I work on. And I'll happily take a quick pause X and answer any questions you guys got, or else we'll keep jamming the cards. Excellent. Okay. So I don't keep most of the knives that I make. And I have a non-profit like LLC. Show me your wares. Where is that? Oh, you know what when you said show me your wares, you know what I actually thought of? I don't know how many of you are familiar with this. I thought of Deckard Cain from Diablo 2. Stay a while and listen. But yeah, so I mostly sell them, so I only keep a couple, but this is one that was an order from a friend of mine asked. So this is a chef's knife, and it's done with a resin and hardwood live edge handle. It's got some really neat, I'm trying to get the color right. Let me see if I can, there we go. So maybe you can see there in the light, it's got some glitter in the resin, there we go, which is super pretty. But so this is a Santoku style chef's knife that they had asked for, and it's for their wedding. And I'm actually making a matching set of these in a Santoku, a paring knife, and a bread knife. So super fun. Bread knives are a huge pain in the ass because you have to like literally hand make all of each serration, and you literally just sit there with a round chainsaw file and you just sit there and do it. But it's super rewarding when you look back and you're like, holy shit, I just made a bread knife. I made a full, I made 11 inches of serration. Like, yeah. Not that I know what 11 inches is or anything. Yeah, Red, I've actually played all the Witcher games, and I'm a huge fan. I heard a lot of the critiques, but damn, I thought the games were awesome. I don't think you did. And then this is something I'm super proud of. So this is a recent addition. I need to still polish the actual blade and stuff and the brass, but this is a buck knife with a full brass bolster. So this one I'm super proud of. This came out really pretty, and it's also got some G10 and micarta white liner in there, so you can see that white liner just really makes it pop. It's just super pretty into this purple rosewood, this blood rosewood handle that's really nice. So I've got to polish it. I actually blew out my last polishing wheel, so I ordered a new one. It actually came today. So I'm gonna be doing that. It'll be pretty cool. Yeah, thanks guys. I appreciate it. Johnny, I'm probably still another couple of years away from Forged in Fire. I wouldn't want to go on there and get my family and friends all hyped and stuff, and then just be a total dumpster. But yeah, I really I've watched every episode of the show, and I've actually trained. I don't want to say trained. I've gone to his shop and taken a number of classes with Walter Sorrells, who is in season 4, episode 6 of Forged in Fire. Such a great guy, fucking incredible person, such a chill dude. He actually has, I think, the largest knife-based YouTube following by a country mile. His stuff is super cool. But he actually gave me the inspiration for this knife, actually doing a horseshoe-shaped brass bolster, which is pretty neat. So, hey, Legendary Meatball, welcome, 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 welcome. So I don't currently have a forge that's large enough to do swords. I've made 2 or 3 swords, but I don't actually. I don't have it here. Here in the city that I live in, there's a community shop that some guys set up, and they have a forge that's large enough. They have we say forge as in to reference like the whole room, but they have an actual propane forge that's large enough. Because the biggest thing with swords, or anything from a short sword onward, is that you need to be able to heat enough of the knife to quench it. That's the actual problem. Because like, I don't want to I know this is a Gwent stream, but if I heat just this part, pretend this is a whole sword, and my forge is only the width of my 2 fingers. I can heat just this part, and I can hammer this shit out and do everything I want to do, and then I can move on to this part and this part and this part. That's fine, right? But when you want to go heat treat the blade, when you want to take it from its softened state to that hard state that you can then put an edge on it, you need to be able to evenly heat the entirety of the knife all at once. If there's differences in the temperatures, you get warps, cracks, the thing explodes. So the forge that they have is specifically meant for sword making, where the forge itself is like 5 feet long. And there's like 6 burners on top of it that keep the heat nice and even. And then you heat to whatever you need to and do this thermal cycling, and away you go. So I've done 4 that I've worked on so far. I've done a kukri style, like a large kukri, which was like 26 inches. I actually have the frame cast of it in my garage right now. Actually, it's pretty big. I've done a broadsword, and I've done a couple of gladius style swords that have a round pommel on the end and stuff like that, and some finger choils and stuff. It's super nice. But yeah, so maybe I'll get into that more at some point. But yeah, I love Forged in Fire. I've seen every episode more than once. I'm a big fan of Forged in Fire. I don't take commissions for money. I do projects for like friends as gifts, essentially, is how I generally do it. So I'll gift I gift them for like weddings and stuff, and also for some local charities when they do like silent auctions and stuff. I'll either auction off specific pieces like this, or I'll auction off a custom knife. So essentially, like, it's a voucher for a full custom knife. So I go to their house or I meet up with them, however they want to do it. I can even do it online. And I've got a series of questions I ask about what kind of handle style they want, what size, what thickness, what length. Visually, what kind of style do they want? How do they want the curves and the lines to look? You know, how long they want the blade for, what they're going to use it for, whether or not they're right or left-handed. This is a right-handed knife, but one of the other ones I'm making is left-handed, and there are some slight differences about which hand to use. And how that, like, if you're really going balls out, like, it matters if you're right or left-handed. If you're going to do a custom knife, you might as well make it custom to the person, right? Some people hold, like a chef's knife, some people hold it with a finger on the blade. Some people do it with their hand back here, and some people do it where they essentially just hold it with a couple of fingers here, and they do rocking motions and stuff. So all of those differences matter. So anyway, I'm going to probably do an AMA stream at some point. I don't know if anybody gives a shit, but I thought it might be fun. I'll do an AMA stream where I'll actually set up everything in my shop, and I'll just do questions on blacksmithing, bladesmithing, and I'll probably fire up the forge and let you guys kind of see what it looks like to move metal and do some of that stuff. But yeah, legendary. I'd be down for a friendly. Why don't I do it after this game where I play this mirror match where they probably have heat wave and I don't, and therefore they're going to punch me right in the crotch. Me going first is good. And if I think that I need to 2-0, then that means I need to hold on to Cerys so that Cerys comes out next round. I don't need 2 marjorams. I probably don't want Bride of the Sea right now. I'm not going to be able to enable... Well, no, I discard the marjoram and I can enable her, right? And I'd actually rather play her round 1, maybe. I don't know if that's correct. Okay, I can live with that. So we get right into setting up the engines. I need to be able to get mine out first. Love to watch a forging stream. Hell yeah, man. Or he, she, they. Apologies. That'd be great. No. Good luck. Good luck. That's super unfortunate for me. Ah, fuck. Clever deck. Fair enough. Damn. That is very unfortunate for me. That feels like mirror targeting if I ever saw it. I do, Johnny, I do both. I do some modern stuff and I do some older stuff. Mostly I use older techniques in my blacksmithing and I use modern techniques in my bladesmithing. So that's for me the kind of the distinction that I draw and how I do things, for sure. I'm really in trouble here. I lost Faku. I mean, I've already lost the game, right? I don't have Melusine in hand, and I've lost or access to Melusine, and I've lost Fakusha already. So it's got to be Sigvald here. It's Sigvald. Or do I just pass? If I pass, this doesn't go off. I think I just pass here. And then I just try and fight round 2. I don't even have Melusine, so what the fuck am I gonna do? I'm not gonna build any carryover. Goodbye, Fakusha. It was nice to have you, but now you are gone. Well, what am I to do? Oh, Fisher, Jesus. Spessy. You're a beautiful mad lad, but God bless America. Somebody playing Quacks and Fisher King in a self-wound deck has to be your madness. Legendary Meatball, go ahead and send me a friend request. It's the same as my username here, _salty_captain. Common spelling. Go ahead and send that to me now so that I can go ahead and accept it and we can expedite the friendly process as we go. Yeah, the design of quacks feels really silly. I always thought that quack should be an order effect if they were going to keep it in the game, because it allows you to cock punch somebody, and it's like, what do they do about it? Well, they don't do anything about it. And I still don't have Melusine. Okay. I appreciate you letting me out. Severing, that means that you've seen this deck. I admit that I haven't from the qualies. Do you happen to know anything else that is in this deck? I assume it's running some kind of control. No? This lock's probably helpful, but I'll need to be able to set up tall things quick, so it's got to be Sigvald first and early. Sigvald, Bride of the Sea, and then Cnut, so that I'm ready to kill Defender, so that then I can potentially play a useful thing on a lock on Cnut or Sigvald. Okay, I think I like that line. Boat is less useful to me than Veteran. Actually, I probably want to dump both of these, because I want to. There's 2 cards in my deck that I want, right? Fuck, maybe I can play a 3rd card. I'd have no Svalblood Priests, though, which feels bad. I could find a Blessing. It's at 8. I want it out sooner than later. I think this is correct. Okay. No yeet or muzzle. No shit. So it just plays the quacks to fuck up somebody's life. And then just plays the same style of package that I do. Okay. I probably have to hold this hand, right? Because if I brick Melusine, I just die. I really do not want that Marjoram. It may play a lock, but a lock and a Marjoram are roughly the same value played on Sigvald. It's minus 1 point less. Hey Johnny, you can ask me all the questions you want, man. I am happy to answer. Yeah, it's something that's super interesting to me and something I really enjoy. So fire away. I'll try and split brain multitask as best I can. Oh, they play the Hermit variant. Okay, so then there is value to me killing Melusine so that they can't. What did I even play? Was it my Defender? It was my Defender, right? Yeah, that means that I've got to. So they did that to my Defender. There's no real value to anything other than this Marjoram. But I might as well play Melusine first. Alright, so they're going to play Defender. There's no reason to use this now. I just want to have it on the board so that I can start doing stuff. Okay. One more thing about smithing. Have you ever made an axe? Yes. So I've made a couple of axes, mostly some moderate-sized hatchet-sized axes out of railroad spikes, because they have they have a very good amount of volume of steel toward the end, and essentially you take the head of the railroad spike, so you take the head of the spike and you flatten it over this way, and then you just expand it out. So it's pretty great. Sure. And I'm gonna want to play... Where do I want to play Melusine? I'm happy to use the charges here, right? So I probably want to play it here. I think that's fine. I can marjoram it again. The best that they do not have the ability right now to play Cnut and kill my Cnut. Even when they do, it's my Sigvald target. Sure. Okay, so the plan's working out so far. Okay. So they played Fukusha and Sigvald's right, and if they don't have a way to generate rain in 2 turns. So that's 5 on this. So I kill Melusine. I lock Cnut for... No, this is 26 points if they hit it with a restore next turn, right? They also may have Sigvald. So I probably want to save the lock for Sigvald. Because what else can they play that's tall enough that they can kill Fucknutter, right? I could also not click him, right? Or I could click him and not damage him, right? And just wait a turn to damage him again. Give me back my fucking nutter. Fuck you. Kind of. It goes, so Mork into Sigvald goes like, it goes like 12 or 15 times and then it just stops at some point. I don't know what they coded in, but I've seen it. I've seen the interaction happen in play, and and eventually it just stops doing it. It just stops damaging, which is pretty funny, to be honest. Sorry, Red, I missed your message. It's a really nice gesture, donating your proceeds to charity. How do you make a living? That's a great question. So now my Newt dies. So what's more of a problem? I can deal with one of these 2 things. I can lock this, and then if he marjorams his Sigvald, what do I do? It's better that I lock his Sigvald, because then I'm just going to crutch on my Sigvald, right? That's got to be correct, right? He also would need to marjoram this next turn to be able to kill it. Okay. It's 11 procs. Excellent. That's good to know. I didn't even know how many it was. That's good to know. Sure, that's fine. Oh, you fucking... Seriously? Sure. I do this now so that I can start trying to develop the restore value on Melusine, which means I'm probably going to click Sigvald into Melusine. Which means I'm going to bring back a Svalblood Priest on the other side of Sigvald to try and get an extra point of damage. Load some damage into there. So I work I work for I'm fortunate enough to work for a company. I work for a tech company, and so I do that, and I just stream for fun. So I'm lucky to have a pretty good routine, and yeah, man, and I have a good time with it. Is that correct? It is correct, right? Because the only other real alternative would be Boat or Tursock, but Tursock only goes off one more time, and then I also want to play Vild Carl next. That's fine. Hound Snout is fine too.
They need us.
That's fine. Nice, that's what I was hoping for. So this is 4 damage. I don't actually want to heal Melusine. How do I want to do this? Do I just want to leave this on the board and not use it right now? Because I want this to go to 12 this way, right? Because my restore won't get any value. Well, my restore is worth 6 points, right? Right now it's worth 8, so the more that I don't fuck with that. Nice, he ate the damage, that's perfect. Sure. 30 kegs for 1 legendary and 1 epic? Throw me into the fucking ocean, good lord. Well, all Gwent streamers do it for fun. Even those who do it more like... You're right. That's actually exactly correct, Weisenberg. You're right, that there's really nobody that's, there's nobody that's able to say, yes, Gwent allows me to not do anything other than, you know, live freely. Which is why, like, Speci has talked, you know, on stream and on his videos multiple times about, like, going to, you know, potentially going to other places to live, essentially, like moving to Poland because the cost of living is lower, so he can inversely increase his ability to find value, so, in his work, so, so I put 5 points into Sigvald. I click this. I do this down to that. I do this. I restore it. Okay. All right. Okay. I feel like I thought through that pretty well. I don't know if either of us played that perfect or anything. I don't say perfect, close to perfect. But old man Noki, that was pretty good.